Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today and welcome to LaGuardia Community College. I'm Dr. Radhakrishnan. I am the Environmental Science Program Director. To those of you who are here in the Environmental Science Program, welcome. We are very excited to have you on campus, and I'm very excited to hopefully meet you at some point of time during the semester. That's my room number. I'm in M213, and you can have my email address right there. We have a lot of information on the LaGuardia website. So if you were to go to LaGuardia and type in environmental science, you'll see all the options and the majors and information on the website. It would be great if you could follow us along on Instagram. So at LAGCC Sustainable Urban Ag, which is mainly for our urban agriculture students, but for all environmental science students. And we have Environmental LAGCC as well. There are two different Instagram accounts run by students mostly. And also join us on our Facebook page and follow along. So the great thing about an associate's in environmental science, it will really allow you to earn a degree with a global impact. So sustainability and environmental awareness are really big focuses of today. And topics like renewable energy, sustainability, social advocacy kind of dominate our headlines from around the world. They inform our politics, they inform social behaviors, business operations, and ethical choices that we make, as well as our economics. So as you can see, there's a pretty big impact that the topics such as energy and sustainable resources kind of make on our planet. This increased emphasis on social and environmental change has a really large global impact, and that's kind of what we teach in the environmental science program. So what types of students would succeed with this degree? So if you like being outdoors, if you like spending time exploring the natural world around you, and if you're passionate about understanding and perceiving biodiversity, ecology, wildlife conservation, water resource management, animal science, and farming, this is the perfect degree for you. The wonderful thing about environmental science is it's hugely interdisciplinary. There's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of physics, there's a lot of biology, and math involved in environmental science. And there's also a lot of humanities involved in it too, in terms of social justice and advocacy. So if you're a student who is interested in how all these fields merge together, and in thinking about bigger picture ideas, this is, again, a pretty good field. So in terms of what you can do with an environmental science degree, the options are really varied. You can be a GIS or a geospatial information technician, water resource technician. So these two degrees can be, or these two positions can be achieved right after an associate's. Zoology, you can pursue forestry or agriculture, marine ecology, conservation biology, and climatology. These are just a few degrees that I think are interesting that I've highlighted here for you, but there are several others. So in the environmental science program, we have three different options. The first is a general option. So the one you see here on top is a general environmental science. So if you're enrolled in general environmental science, you would choose this if you're interested in larger topics, if you want to keep your options broad, water, air, land pollution, coastal resilience. So that's kind of what the major is focused towards. You would choose sustainable urban agriculture if you're interested in urban ag and in sustainable practices around urban ags. So we have students learn hydroponic farming, which is growing plants without soil. So it's soilless farming. We also teach land-based agriculture. So we have a LaGuardia urban farm, which is being built currently. And we also do a lot of experiential learning in this particular option. The final option is brand new. It's an animal science option. So we ask students to choose this if they're interested in pre-veterinary medicine, so becoming veterinarians, companion animal science, equine science, production, laboratory animal science, wildlife science, and conservation. So if you're interested in animals, this would be a very good option for you. So let's talk a little bit about each of these options in a little bit more detail. So the first one we look at is the general environmental science option. So what I want to highlight here is in semester one. This is a degree map. This degree map is available on the website. So if you look at semester one, the key courses are first year seminar, English 101, Math 115, and General Biology 1, along with a flexible core. So semester one includes what we call a long session and a short session. So a long session is 12 weeks long and a short session is 6 weeks. And so what we recommend is if you were to take a science class in the short session, is that you take just one science class and you don't overload it in the short session because usually science classes require a lecture and a lab. So it's like taking two classes. So if you were to choose a science course in the short session, just choose one science course. But this first semester is very, very similar across all three options and tracks. So you'll take first year seminar, English, math, biology, and a flexible core. And this is across fall 1 and fall 2, or spring 1 and spring 2. So right now we're going into fall, so it would be, you would distribute this into your fall 1 and fall 2 semesters. Okay, and you can see the rest of the degree outline here. And most of our students transfer seamlessly to, oops, sorry about that. Just go back. Most of our students transfer seamlessly to Queens College, Brooklyn, and Lehman College, all of which we have an articulation agreement with, which means all 60 credits transfer seamlessly. So it's an agreement between a 2-year and a 4-year school. So I have a highlight here for a very interesting course. So one of the courses you'll take in general environmental science is GIS, which is Geographic Information Systems, which is basically mapping on computers. So if you've ever used Google Earth or Google Maps, then you've used GIS already. So in this class, you'll basically learn how these maps, how do you make these maps actually, and how to use them and analyze environmental hazards using digital mapping. In service, you can use it in service as well as in conservation. This course is actually open to all students and requires no prerequisites. So you will see that there are other students who take this class as well. Here I have a slide talking about career and transfer for general environmental science. So you can see here on the left, all the career opportunities available to you. This is on the website. So if you wanted to, and all of these are hyperlinked on the website. So if you wanted to, if any of these look interesting to you, you can go click on them. It'll take you straight to the BLS website, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it'll give you more information. On the right, this information can also be found on the website. It talks about all the transfer opportunities that we have articulation agreements with. Here's a very interesting career that I've highlighted here, a geoscientist. As you can see, you just need a bachelor's degree to get into this career, and the starting salary is $87,000, which, and if you look at the job outlook, it's 5% faster than average. So it's a really great job. It's a great position. Geoscientists are scientists who study geology and weather patterns and things like that. So if you're interested, this is an excellent career to think about. Okay, let's move on to the next option, which is sustainable urban agriculture. This option is for students who want to work with community members, urban farmers around New York City, to kind of increase and gather their skills in agroecological sciences. So a lot of the courses here focus on food solution, natural resource management, conservation. You'll take courses like soil science, botany, sustainable urban agriculture, sustainable vegetable production. Very, very hands-on, a lot of growing, a lot of soil testing and water testing, pest control, learning something called integrated pest management. And we have farmers who will be teaching a lot of these courses, and folks from the United States Department of Agriculture teaching you soil testing. So it's very exciting. Here is the degree map. As you can see, in the first semester, looks exactly the same as general environmental science, and we did that on purpose. As you progress into your second and third semesters, you will start taking higher level courses, which are more urban ag focused. We have articulation agreements again with Brooklyn College and with Queens College. And now we actually have another articulation with SUNY Cobleskill as well, which is in upstate New York. Also look out for our brand new hydroponics research lab. This is again open to visit for all environmental science students. But other students who might be interested, you can always make appointments with me, and I'm happy to give you a tour of the research lab. It's currently in the works. Meaning it's fully built, but we're going to be running our first round of classes with botany this semester, so it's all very exciting. In terms of course highlights, this is a course highlight for soil science, which is the world beneath our feet. Students learn a lot about the USDA soil testing services and how to soil test. But in addition, they learn about the importance of composting and the importance of building soil quality to enhance nutritive value in vegetables. Another course highlight is our botany course and our sustainable urban ag and sustainable vegetable production course. All three of these will be taught in the urban farm at LaGuardia, and registration for that begins in the following spring. Here are some career outlooks for our SUA degree: horticulture, farm jobs, farm manager. So this is a very important job, farm managing job that has a pretty high demand right now. You could even work for the United States Department of Agriculture, as a plant health scientist or a food inspector. Federal jobs have really nice benefits, and it's something that students really don't consider too much, but it's something that I thought I'd bring up to you. Transfer opportunities to SUNY Cobleskill, Brooklyn College. All of this is on the website. Students can also think about forest health and environmental biology if they're interested. A job highlight is agricultural and food scientist, starting salary at $74,000 with a bachelor's degree. Again, very exciting. And the final option that I'll talk to you about is our new animal sciences option. It starts this fall. Animal sciences track at LaGuardia is pretty much the only program that exists in CUNY that'll prepare you for a degree in animal science. Post animal science, associates in animal science, you could transfer all 60 credits. Currently, we have articulations, which is agreements, with SUNY Cobleskill and Rutgers. Rutgers is in New Jersey, SUNY Cobleskill is in upstate New York. But we also have a pre-veterinary medicine track that we're trying to articulate right now with Brooklyn College for students who want to stay in the city. So students in this track, basically, what we do here is it's very interdisciplinary again. Students will learn how to use biological and chemical principles to utilize quantitative reasoning in core subjects like physiology, genetics, animal behavior, and ethics. And it's mainly meant for students who are interested in pre-veterinary medicine. So it's kind of designed for pre-veterinary medicine, companion animal science, equine science, laboratory animal science, production animal science, and wildlife science. These are the key courses, as you can see again in your first semester, very similar to what we saw with the other two tracks. And as you progress into the higher semesters, you end up taking higher level courses like animal behavior and ethics, integrative physiology, and genetics. So we have a fantastic transfer articulation agreement with Rutgers. Rutgers is very well known for their animal sciences degree. They have a BSBT degree in animal science, but they also have other areas like dairy production, beef, livestock, laboratory animal science, and equine science. However, if you're interested in the wildlife conservation route, we also have an articulation. We're building that right now with SUNY ESF, which is upstate New York. And they have a fantastic wildlife science degree as well as aquatic and fishery science degree. So we'll have that articulation done soon. And we're also waiting on an articulation with Cornell at CALS, which is the Cornell Agricultural Life Sciences Institute. Starting the summer of 2024, students with a GPA of 3.2 or greater will be eligible to apply for the LaGuardia Rutgers Transfer Scholarship. So this is very exciting news. The transfer scholarship will basically fully pay your tuition, housing, and meal plans at Rutgers for the remainder of your degree while you're at Rutgers, if you choose to transfer to Rutgers. So this is a very exciting opportunity. Those of you who are in animal science right now, I highly encourage you to come talk to me about it. And hopefully by 2024, 2025, you'll be ready to avail the scholarship and make use of it. Course highlights, I'm teaching animal behavior and ethics this fall. So those of you who I'll see in my class, I'm very excited to meet you. We'll also be doing an integrative physiology capstone course in the following spring. But the other courses would also include genetics and micro. Career and transfer opportunities it says SUA, but it should say animal science. So students here can end up working in the USDA again as animal welfare scientists or animal scientists. There's also lots of career options in wildlife management and in being a veterinarian, if that's something that interests you. So I have two job highlights here for veterinarian and zoologist or wildlife biologist. And as you can see, the salaries are pretty high. And for veterinarian and for wildlife scientist, the job outlook looks pretty good. Finally, I'll talk to you about our internships. So we have paid internships for all environmental science students. It's a 3-week paid internship that happens every summer with our local community partners. Last year, we took students to Red Hook Community Farms, where they learned about land-based farming and youth community development. We also visited Kingsland Wildflowers and Newtown Creek Alliance and did a whole bunch of coastal resilience work with the living ducks, as you can see here with Professors Durand and Porter Morgan. We also collected a lot of the produce and had a final cook-off in the Nutrition and Culinary Management Lab. So we were teaching students about food sovereignty and food justice and about how you can make culturally appropriate foods from farmers market produce. There's a lot of other very interesting things that we did last summer and this summer, which I'm happy to talk to you about at a future time if you come find me in my office. In environmental science, we take pride in our research and the curriculum. Students engage in community-based work outside the classroom. So a lot of the time when we do lab work, we're taking you outside into the field because that's what you'll do in your job as an environmental scientist. So we give you that experience here and make you job ready. We also engage in a lot of fun clubs on campus. So there's the Sustainability Club and the Climate Reality Club, which I highly recommend that you join very early. They're very fun and hands-on, and we get to, interact with peers and do service-based learning, which is an excellent form of learning. Here are some of our graduates from an associate's degree to, we have a student here who's been to Columbia University with a BS in Ecology and Evolution. We have a student who's been to Queens College, who is doing a BS in Environmental Science and Environmental Microbiology. She actually just graduated last year. And we have a student who did a bachelor's master's program. So it's a 3+2 program, which is you can get your bachelor's and master's together at the same time at Lehman College. We also conduct several internships. We have lots of partners from Weill Cornell to Wildlife Conservation Society to Newtown Creek to the United States Department of Agriculture and Environmental Protection. So we take pride in placing our students in these internships so that they are job ready when they graduate, if they want to get a job right after they graduate, or if in order to prepare them more for their bachelor's. We also do a lot of research with our research professors. So if you're ever interested in any of these topics, please do contact me. Again, my name is Dr. Radhakrishnan. Apologies for not being there today, and have an excellent week, and I hope to see you on campus.